Oh, yeah, coffee. Coffee, baby. Here's the picks. I got them, guys. Good looking week. Minnesota, I mean, are you kidding me? Purdue almost loses to Florida Atlantic, and then Minnesota favored double digits at home, and they lose. You just can't make this stuff up. I mean, it's costing us probably, I'd say the Kansas State loss at home to Tulane and the Minnesota loss at home to Purdue collectively. Probably a difference of $8 to $10,000 at this point in the season. That's okay. We got a lot of season left. Man, this is a good-looking slate. By the way, all these individual games, I'll have those predictions out individually, game by game on the spreads, tomorrow. So I'm coming at you right now on a Wednesday. So expect all the individual predictions on a Thursday. But you guys know why you're here. And if you're new, let me explain real quick. Every single week, we divide the NFL and college football, and we put together a multiplier for each. So basically what that is, we try to find 3, maybe 4 games. We go conservative. We find like a favorite that's definitely going to win. We don't touch the spread. We take money line. We take a dog that we like, add more points to it, right? We take an alternative spread. Put 3 or 4 of these together, and it always comes out way past plus 100. Over double your money. That's why we call it a multiplier. So this is the multiplier for this week. We're going to start with TCU. Now, look, Kansas, I love Kansas. It's a good story. It's good for the Big 12. Awesome. They're ranked. They deserve the game day. It's going to be a cool game. You know, they're going to be trying their best, but look, let's look at this from a neutral, non-biased, don't buy into the hype. Like, let's just look at this in the numbers, man. TCU is going to score a lot of points. Iowa State should have beat Kansas. Let's start with that. Iowa State should have beat Kansas for sure. It's just another game that Kansas has won to add to the story, add to the hype. They're good. They're solid. You know, they're not a slouch, but this is just a no-brainer. TCU money line, we're not touching the spread. There could always be a backdoor cover. You know, Kansas is at home. The crowd's going to be there and hype. You know, I don't know. They should try their best. I doubt it's going to be a blowout. Maybe like a 13, 14 point win for TCU, I would guess. But here's how you look at it. TCU is going to score on this Kansas team, like easily. Like TCU is going to put up 35-40. Bare minimum, 35-40 you're going to get from TCU. And then it's like, can Kansas match that? I don't think so. It just don't look good. So TCU money line, don't buy into the hype. Kansas, they're undefeated. Not after this weekend. It's just too far. The one other thing that I will say really, really quick is because of College Game Day, because of Kansas being in all the headlines, because they're undefeated, now what do you get? You get the best effort of TCU football of the year. Like, there's no more like Kansas slides in under the radar and gets another win, like because a team didn't prepare for them or take them seriously. Nope, that's all gone. TCU fully knows that Kansas is a solid team, competitive. Game day is going to be there. It's a huge stage. Everyone's watching this one. This will be the most dialed-in effort from TCU of the year. This one could actually get ugly. Maybe you just sprinkle, just for fun, you throw half of a unit on some really, really high alternative spread for TCU. Maybe TCU to win by like 20 plus. You know, take a shot there, sprinkle a little money on an alt spread. Anyway, TCU money line, first leg. By the way, there's 3 legs in this week's college football multiplier. Of course, I will have the NFL multiplier out after this, probably on Friday. Number 2, Oklahoma State. Look, this Texas Tech team, you know, they beat Texas, right? They've been competitive. They're not really getting wrecked by everyone. They seem to be in every game. But the problem I have, they're actually having like 30, 40 more plays than every team they play. And they're either like losing a close game or winning a close game. How? You have that many more plays. You have 40 more plays than a team and you barely win? Not good. Oklahoma State looks strong against Baylor. You know, this one could be a sweat. I'm not saying Texas Tech can't be competitive, But Oklahoma State's 7 in the country. They have probably the best shot out of the Big 12 right now for a playoff spot. They've been close in years past. They really want it. Sanders is experienced. He's at the quarterback position. It's a 3:30 game here on the East Coast. Going to be a really, really hype, really, really drunk afternoon crowd. Crowd's going to be into it. Home field advantage. Is Oklahoma State really going to blow their entire season, their undefeated 7 in the country, playoff-bound season to Texas Tech? I just don't see it. Maybe a loss comes at some point, but they're not going to blow it to Texas Tech. Not against a team that's been having significantly more plays than everyone and still not really being that impressive. So Oklahoma State moneyline and TCU moneyline. And number 3, going back to the well, Kansas State. I called the Oklahoma upset. Kansas State is incredible. We had them again last week. I just love this Kansas State team. It is a road game at Iowa State. Iowa State does not look good. I don't like Iowa State this year. I just think they're And here's what we're going to do. We're not going to take Kansas State money line. Now, you can do that if you want to get more risky. I do think they cover. The spread's only 2. That's probably a really good game to bet individually. 1 unit, Kansas State -2. I'd consider that. We're going to take an alternative spread of plus 8.5. I was thinking 7.5, but man, those 2-point conversions, missing an extra point here and there, like crazy things happen in college. College is just nuts. And sometimes that margin of victory is 8 somehow. So we're going to take 8.5 with Kansas State. Let me give you the actual odds on our college football multiplier. TCU moneyline, Oklahoma State moneyline, Kansas State plus 8.5 is at plus, hopefully you can see that, plus 119. So over double your money. This is where my biggest chunk of money is on Saturday. I think I put down like a cool $650, maybe $700 on this multiplier. So that's our big chunk. And then I wrote down some options for you guys. If you guys are doing really well, you have a lot of money, you like a little bit more risk, you like to sweat, you like to have a good time, get wasted, and really bite your nails and sweat a game out, there's some other lines that you can add to this multiplier to really boost your payout. Oh, man. Excuse me. Oh, man, I'm just still sick from Minnesota losing that game to Purdue, costing us $3,000. Utah at UCLA. I like this Utah team. UCLA won the one big game. Are they going to do it again? I don't think so. I like Utah to win. You can throw in an alternative spread plus 3.5. Get kind of a field goal safety net with Utah. You could throw that in. Pittsburgh is at home. They're coming off a bad loss to Georgia Tech. 14-point favorite at home to god-awful Virginia Tech. You could throw in Pitt money line for a little bit more of a payout. And then Florida. Florida's favored 10.5. They're at home in the swamp. Missouri's coming to town. Missouri almost, upset Georgia, but that just drains your gas tank. All their emotions went into that. They poured everything into that. They still came up with another loss. I just don't think they can get up for this Florida game. So you could take Florida money line too, or you can just add all 3, make it a 6-leg crazy parlay. So that's what I'm liking, guys. TCU money line, Oklahoma State money line, Kansas alternate spread of a little more than a touchdown. That's the multiplier. It's double your money. That's where my big chunk's going this week. Make sure you guys are subscribed. That way you'll be notified when my next video comes out, including all of these individual predictions. I got them right here, and I'm feeling good. Some of these I really, really like. I actually put a star next to quite a few games that it just seems like a lock. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video.